Every single time we've raised the highest marginal income tax rate, every single time the economy has underperformed. Every single time we've lowered the highest marginal income tax rate in the top 1%, the economy has outperformed. Clearly empty. That's number one. Number two, every time we've raised the highest tax rate on the highest income earners in the U.S., the poor have suffered the most dramatically. Income inequality would improve, but that's because the rich reported incomes fell much more than the incomes. But let me just tell you, when they raised the highest tax rates in the 1930s, the poor, the minorities, the disenfranchised did not do well, even though income inequality reduced dramatically. It's because the rich incomes fell because they sheltered their income. They didn't report it anymore. They did do badly, but the poor got hammered. During World War II, the poor were hammered beyond belief, even though income inequality was much less. Afterwards, when income inequality improved, when you drop the highest tax rates on the rich, poor did much, much better. The minorities, the disenfranchised did much better. Income inequality can occur two ways. One, that the rich get richer faster than the poor get richer, or the rich get poorer faster than the poor get poorer. That both of those lead to more income equality. But what you really have is during periods of tax cuts on the rich, the poor get richer much, much faster, even though income inequality as measured goes down because the rich report their income. And by the way, when you raise taxes on the rich, tax revenues from the top 1% of income earners collapse before your very eyes. When you lower tax rates on the rich, as happened throughout the whole income period, tax revenues from the top 1% of income earners goes way up. Just look at the facts. This is not, David, I've got to say, this is not a matter of opinion. You're not allowed your opinion here. This is a matter of facts, not how you feel. And when we raise tax rates on the rich, the economy is underperformed. When we lower them, the economy is outperformed. And this is a new phenomenon starting in 1913 that had not existed before. And Joe Biden is a victim of stupid economics and stupid policies, as is Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, AOC, and all these others. High tax on the rich do not help the economy.
Just one follow-up, and I'll let Dr. Wolff respond. Dr. Laffer, so your research, and notwithstanding your research and the facts and the statistics you brought up, let's just argue with the principle here. What is wrong, or if there anything is wrong with the principle of taking a relatively small percentage of the ultra wealthy's wealth and just redistributing that into the bottom 50% with maybe UBI or better Social Security or whatnot?
Nothing's wrong with that idea. Nothing is wrong with that idea if it worked. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. When you take from those who have a little bit more, they produce a little bit less. When you give to those who have a little bit less, you provide them with an alternative source of income, and they too produce a little bit less. This is the transfer theorem. It's math. It's not left-wing, right-wing, liberal, conservative, Republican, Democrat. What happens when you do take from the rich a little bit and you give it to the bottom part? That's a question of empiricism. That's what I tried to do with this damn book is look, we have every single tax return, David. It's not as though you have data. I can easily imagine your results being correct. I can easily imagine, but they aren't. That's not the way the facts go. When you raise taxes on the rich do less well. That's true, but they also shelter the hell out of their income, and the poor get hammered. That's what happened every damn time. Look at the tax rate increase in 1932 when we went from a 24% income tax rate to a 63% on up to a 94%. So the poor, the minority, the disenfranchised were killed in the Great Depression. And World War II, it was disastrous for lowest income workers. And then look at what happened under Kennedy when he cut tax rates dramatically on the rich from 91% to 70%. The poor, the minority, the disenfranchised improved their lot in life dramatically. Look at what happened under Reagan. All I can tell you is we have facts in front of us. This is not about opinions. It's not about what could or not could happen. I agree with all of you guys on your hypothetical examples. What are the facts? The facts are really simple. When we raised tax rates to the rich to give to the poor got hammered, and the rich sheltered their income and excluded.
Professor Wolff, will let you respond to this data.
I'm happy with what Dr. Laffer said. For me, it demonstrates that if you're in a capitalist system, if you lower the tax rates, rich people will take the steps we know they will take, and you will, in the end, see a capitalist system do what capitalist systems always do. The rich keep being richer, and the rest of us don't. And if the poor get a better shake for a while, Just wait another few years and all of that will be undone.
But isn't it true, Dr. Wolf, that if the rich get richer, everybody else gets marginally richer as well, even if the wealth gap widens? Is that true based on your observation?
No, that's not true. Let me give you a simple example.
That is true. That's the facts.
No,
Those
here's
are the facts.